welcome. This is Markus Termin at the 19th of August 2024. It's the full moon today. And there's a lot of aspects coming in today. You might have realized that the tension the last 14 days from the new moon to the full moon was definitely growing, and we're at the peak of that. As I'm talking now, we are just in Mercury in Cassini atmosphere, just a little bit, because this is Monday morning, Middle European summertime, and this is not the exact full moon chart, but this is the chart of 9 o'clock this morning, and you see that Mercury is just in the heart of the sun. So this is a Cassini position. Not bad. This is the position in between when Mercury goes retrograde. There's one single chance for a few hours when Mercury visits the sun. That's like an audience at the king's palace, you could say. Mercury is at home within the sun. When it passes the sun again this evening, it's sunburned. There's no objective clue really when Mercury is sunburned. This is for an orbit at around, well, even 5, 6, 7 degree. You know, when Mercury is too close to the sun, don't trust objectivity. It's not easy to focus on intellectual things and stuff like that. Then the second most thrilling aspect today is the opposition of Venus to Saturn. You might have noticed that it is being tried to reorganize, blah blah, something like that. And of course we could ask the question, how is the future going to be? We're getting off into a hot autumn, of course. This autumn is not an easy project to follow up, because we're still in the energy of Saturn and Jupiter, the square energy of Jupiter. Just to give you a perspective, this is going to last this autumn. And then when Christmas comes, when the new moon comes in the sign of Sagittarius, that's not now, that's 3 months from now, then the world will go off to another aim of individual freedom. But this is not this autumn. This autumn is, we could call it not good to use military topics, but this is like the final battle. This is what is going on in between the one half of the world, let's say the freedom fighters, and the other half of the world, the oppressors and the brainwashed. Actually, the oppressors just use the brainwashed for their agenda stuff, as usual. Must be careful about those words here. Hope it glides through the whatever you call it. Anyhow, this is the full moon situation. Full moon is just like the flower, blooming up of the month, and then it's shrinking again, going to one focused point, which is going to be the next new moon. But for the prediction of the coming time, the new moons of the cardinal points are important, which is like Aries, Libra, and we're coming to the Libra solstice this autumn, and the new moon before the Libra solstice will be important. This is and this is the new moon that then we'll talk about negotiations, and the next new moon, the one that is bringing up the Christmas energy. This is going to be the one where the deliberation of the world will definitely start. But we're not in this phase now, and this full moon we have to face today. This is the full moon in between Leo and And Aquarius, of course, the moon is the mirror of the sun, and it mirrors the sun in a way that it says, well, dear king of the sun, always think of your people too. Always think of the people out there. You're not on the throne because your own abilities that brought you there, but because your people have chosen you there to get on the throne, and this is the opposition of that. So people who are born on a full moon always have the power of both sides. Both opposing sides are kind of coming together, but it's not exactly a peaceful moment because of the square of Mars to Saturn. This is a blocking energy actually, and then of course the Venus and Saturn thing. Mind that Saturn is still retrograde and Neptune is still retrograde. This is dissolving structures. Structures are dissolving. You might not notice that, but if we go to the side of the oppressors, they are losing structures. They are losing structures more and more and more and more. And we'll come to the point, not now, but end of this year, where we will have the great turnaround, not the great reset. We will have the great turnaround, where those people who had plans for the world will be, well, kind of on the run. This is what is going to come. And a lot of organizations, especially the organizations with 3 letters acronyms and 4 letters acronyms, will be dissolved within the next following decades, because this is not actually what mankind is gonna take. But now this is a difficult energy. We are on the peak of the tension, and if you manage the day in focusing to get your things done, although you have to do them in opposition to Saturn retrograde, you're a hero actually. And what kind of things can be done? It can be the things that you have been looking over already. Things that you had on the private agenda. I want to get this done. I put this in a drawer. I set this aside to have some time to solve this problem. Go focus on that. Get it done as long as Mercury is retrograde. Mercury will be retrograde until the 29th of August. And this is a good period to think it all over, to do renovations that you have touched already. This is my take for today. Thank you for listening. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch. If you want to get in contact to have a personal reading, to find out how this full moon affects your personal chart, for mine it's house 11 and 5, so it's all about society and creativity. You can just use this mail address, mind the DE at the end, because I'm a German astrologer. Down here at my blog site, you'll find the necessary information, how much a personal chart reading costs. That's something interesting for companies too, if you have a company, if you want to see where the direction is going, and it's not that expensive. Thank you very much for listening. Markus Termin. Full moon take at the 19th of August 2024. Something like that.